Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Willie here with Spaceman Aquatics, coming back to you here with another video. Today's video is just going to be a quick update. There have been some changes since my last update and I just want to go over a couple of things with you all. So first up here, before we get into the tanks, please comment, like, share, you know the routine, so we can go ahead and build up a following at this channel. Let's get into it. So here's first up is the 55. Since my last update, I think I've changed the 55 structure a little bit. I rearranged some driftwood, rearranged some rocks a little bit, and replanted some stuff. Just so there's enough hiding places and territory for the convict cichlids to establish. There are a lot of baby convict cichlids in this tank, and I'll go ahead and just begin with some of the plans that we have for the future of this channel and this tank. So the babies are gonna go into a 20-gallon tank. I'll just show that 20-gallon tank in a few minutes. They're gonna go in a 20-gallon tank to grow out a little bit. I'll try to trade in most of the babies. I'll probably keep a few of them. And they, along with possibly the parents, will be going in a 55-gallon sometime in the future. They'll go in with the parents possibly, and maybe with the bolla sharks that are in here. And this 55-gallon will just become a 55-gallon community tank. I will plan to get some more Buenos Aires tetras, maybe a couple more cories, and get some schools of some maybe rummy nose tetras in here. Get a school of some really pretty tetras. So that's the plan for this 55-gallon. Again, nothing really has changed here. I just did a water change last night, so everything is looking pretty clear. We have some of the floating duckweed. The blue gourami's looking good. The bolla sharks are looking good. Everyone's looking good. I haven't seen the Raphael catfish in a few weeks, but I'm sure he's okay. I know he's nocturnal, so I'm not really worried about it. I still put some food in there when the lights go out so that he has something to eat. So let's go over to the next tank, which is actually a newer tank, somewhat. This is actually, I did a bit of shopping for Black Friday. I went ahead and went to Petco and got their two 20-gallon longs for their $1 per gallon sale. So I spent like 43 bucks or something like that for two 20-gallon longs. On this 20-gallon long, again, everything that's in here was everything that was in the quarantine. We have the Serpe tetras, we have some of the guppies, and I actually have a couple casualties. Two of the guppies died, one of the females, and that orange male has, well actually he hasn't quite died yet, but he's out of here, I believe. He's been doing barrel rolls, and I've been keeping him in this little breeding chamber here, putting a little bit of salt in there. I just did a water change on this tank as well. So, you know, the water's pretty clean. I did water testing yesterday on all the tanks. All the parameters are good, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with him. But the other guppy was a female, died some time ago. So that's been an update on this. This tank here, actually, I'm going to combine the 10-gallon that's at my mom's house with this tank here. All the fish will be going on into here. I'm going to completely rescape this, combine all the plants, the driftwood, etc., and do a complete new rescape. As you can see, I've already semi-set up everything. I have my sponge filter in this tank. On the hang of the back filter is a Fluval, I forget which model it is, but it is meant for up to 30 gallons, I believe. So plenty of filtration on this tank. We have the Marine Land hood. I don't like this hood so much either. What I plan to do with this hood is I'm going to actually put the hood on another 20-gallon, the one I actually mentioned that I'm going to do for the baby convict cichlids. I'm going to put that hood on here. They're not going to really need any light. I'm not going to plant it at all. If maybe a little bit, but not really. So that hood is going to be perfectly fine. And what I'm going to do is I have plenty of other lights that I can put on this tank. I just need to maybe get a glass hood or somehow hang it above the top so that it's not falling into the water and that there's plenty of room. So that's the 20-gallon long, formerly the quarantine tank. We're over here now to the 20 tall. Excuse the glares from the 20 long here, but they're right next to each other. And we have my angelfish and my 3 blushing heart tetras. So again, I did a water change recently, just last night. It's looking really good. For the past hour or so, everyone's been gulping at the top of the tank, so I've been trying to redirect some air from the sponge filters over into this 20-gallon tank. Maybe there's a little bit of low oxygen right now, I'm not sure. But I'm gonna continue to try to tweak with that. I don't wanna lose my guys due to low oxygen, something that can be fixed. So no changes with the 20-gallon tall. This may get a slight change or a update in a couple months. Maybe at the top of the year I may do a little bit of changing around on this, but I haven't decided yet. So last but not least, on today's update is the 5.5 gallon betta tank. So this betta tank is overgrown as always. I'm having so much duckweed grow into this tank. I usually put this duckweed into all the other tanks and then eventually throw that duckweed out because all the tanks just eventually get overgrown. The 5.5 betta tank hasn't changed at all. It's just growing, thickening a little bit more with the Rotala red. I did, because a couple months ago I know I did a really big chop on this tank because a lot of the plants were just pretty much suffocating off of themselves. It was overgrowing too much, and a lot of the plants in the back and in the undergrowth were pretty much just being suffocated from not getting enough nutrients and choked off by some of the plants. So I had to cut it down a little bit. The Rotala is looking good. Just a little sliver of Rotala still in there, but it's looking good. We got not Rotala, but the Ludwigia, sorry. The Rotala is overgrowing in here, and so is the duckweed. But that Anubias is doing good. It's a little bit of algae on there. I've been trying to think of maybe some sort of a fish or something I could put in here to help deal with the algae. It doesn't overgrow a whole lot, but I don't want it to become a problem. The thing about it is I keep an open top on this. I've tried to put a glass top on top of this tank, but it's just like half a centimeter or about a centimeter or so too long, and I guess I would just stop being lazy and go ahead and get some sandpaper to try to file that down, because I need to put some snails in here to deal with the algae, but they always escape and I don't want to step on any more snails. So with that being said, that's just a quick update. What I'll try to do is I'll get an update of the 10-gallon open top tank at my mom's house as soon as I can. But that's it for all the tanks at my house currently. Everyone's looking good. I'll keep you all posted with the 20-gallon tall. Again, it looks like there may be a little bit of low oxygen, but...
All right, everybody, so we're back, and unfortunately, when I woke up yesterday, the angelfish was dead and all of the blushing heart tetras are dead. The only one that survived is the rubber lip. He is still alive, so at this point, essentially, we have an empty tank with a couple nerite snails and a rubber lip pleco. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of rethinking on this tank. Because of the loss that we suffered, I went ahead and got some other fish that I'm gonna be putting in here. So I got a couple of little baby angelfish, and hopefully we can grow those out and that'll be their new home. And I have a couple of lyretail mollies that we thought were pretty cute, so we went ahead and got those as well. So for now, we're gonna keep all the new guys in here. The Serpae tetras, the 2 angelfish, and the mollies are eventually going to go in the 20 tall. And again, this 20 long will be a combination of my mom's open top tank, all her guppies, all her platies, and all of my guppies. So that's the quick update. As an explanation for what happened to the 20 long and why the fish died, we came to the conclusion that possibly me adding this new filter, which I've never had a problem adding a new filter, possibly crashed the nitrogen cycle possibly, and we maybe had a spike in ammonia or something. But I did a test yesterday night and there were no ammonia spikes, there were no nitrates, there were no nitrites. So I really don't know what exactly killed the fish, but it happens, it's a part of the hobby. And at this point, I'm sad to lose Hades, my angelfish, and my blushing heart tetras, but it's a part of the game. It's a part of keeping tanks, and I will be moving on. With that being said, that's the end of this video, guys. Thank you for subscribing, like the video. I'm out.